What's up, YouTube? It's JackalGoldKick. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about what if Dahvie Vanity from Blood on the Dance Floor was innocent. Now, before we do this video, I am aware of Dahvie Vanity, aka David Jesus Torres, and all the things he did. And I think he's a bad person, and I think it's horrible what he did. You know, raping his underage fans, being a pedophile. He's a really bad person, and I do think he should be in prison. But I will admit, despite that stuff, I am still a big fan of Blood on the Dance Floor. I found Blood on the Dance Floor in 2011 at school, and ever since then, I've been a big fan of Blood on the Dance Floor. I love their music. I think they make really good music. I love their style. I think they're very original. I think they're very unique. And obviously, because of what Dahvie Vanity did, he fucked his entire career up, ruined his reputation. I mean, obviously, because who's going to want to have someone be on concerts and TV and all this shit when they're a pedophile and did all this fucked up shit? But let's talk about a what if right now. What if Dahvie Vanity was actually innocent? What if he was actually a good guy? What if he never raped anybody or was a pedophile, but you just kept BOTDF? That's what we're going to be talking about, because I think it's exciting to talk about. So, what if Dahvie Vanity was innocent and never did the evil shit he did? Well, first thing I think that would happen is Blood on the Dance Floor would still be around. They would probably be even bigger than they were around the Bewitched days. You probably would have had a lot more success for Blood on the Dance Floor. You would have had a lot more concerts. You would have had a lot more music videos. You probably would have had a lot more features. Maybe Blood on the Dance Floor working with people like Marilyn Manson, whoever else out there that are artists. And if Dahvie Vanity was actually a good person, I actually think the career for Blood on the Dance Floor would have turned out a lot better, and it's interesting to think about. So we'll start from the beginning. Now, from the beginning, Blood on the Dance Floor was Dahvie's band, right? It was just him, and then he got Garrett on the group. Now, we don't really know why Garrett left the group, but I'm going to assume it's because of the shit Dahvie Vanity did. But since we're in this what if thing, Garrett probably would have stayed in the group. So Garrett would have been in the group. That's already a huge change. Garrett Ecstasy would have stayed in the group instead of leaving it. Now, Javon Monroe, that's a weird one, because I don't know if Jay still would have joined Blood on the Dance Floor and been in the group. I'm not really sure on that, because Jay joined because Garrett left and all that. But, you know, for fun's sake, let's say Jay still was able to be in there. Then you would have had three members. You would have had Dahvie, Garrett, and Jay. So that would have also happened as well. You would have had three members of Blood on the Dance Floor. And after that, you would have had their success. They probably would have made a lot of the same albums, maybe slightly altered, maybe different type of songs, because it wouldn't just be Dahvie and Jay. It would be Dahvie, Garrett, and Jay. You know, because like I said, this is an alternate reality I'm talking about, where Dahvie's a good guy, not a pedophile. So you would have had all three of them working together. And you probably would have had, you know, them doing their albums and concerts and music videos and interviews and all that stuff. And Blood on the Dance Floor had a lot of success. You know, they were really huge. They were a really big independent group. You know, people loved them. I loved them myself. I like their music a lot. And if Dahvie Vanity was a good person, his career would have been insanely successful. He could have did his own solo stuff. Garrett could have did his own solo stuff. Jay could have done his own solo stuff. And then all the women they worked with. Lady Negrady, you know, she would have worked with BOTDF more. Maybe she would have became a member. Maybe she could have had her own career. You would have had, what are some of the other people BOTDF's worked with? What is her name? Carrie Louise. She probably would have stayed in the group or worked with them more. Haley Rose, maybe, even though I read somewhere that she got married, so maybe not. But Haley Rose would have been more involved. And I think Blood on the Dance Floor would have just had a more successful career. They would have gotten even bigger and bigger because a lot of people loved them. You know, a lot of fans were drawn to them. And, you know, they had good messages in their music. You know, the peace, love, unity, respect, plur stuff. And they were kind of a music group for people that feel like outcasts, that feel like, you know, whether they're gay or just a regular person that's an outcast. That's the kind of group they were. You know, they were for people that were outcasts and people that, you know, feel like they didn't belong in society. You know, Blood on the Dance Floor kind of represented that in some ways, and represented, you know, the rights for gay people and stuff like that. And I think that Blood on the Dance Floor's career and the success they would have been very interesting. Dahvie, Garrett, and Jay all working together. all those women I mentioned, they would have worked with him. Maybe they would have joined. Maybe it would have been a full fucking band. Dahvie, Garrett, Jay, Lady Negrady, Haley Rose. That would have been crazy to see all the stuff that would have happened, to see all the things that would have happened. And I just think their career would have really took off. They would have did all their albums through the 2010s. And then around the Scissors time, maybe that album wouldn't even exist. Around that time, Dahvie probably would have been bigger, as well as the rest of Blood on the Dance Floor. They would have probably been mainstream, been on the radio. They would be even bigger than they were back in the day. They would have worked with tons of other artists. They would have had interviews. Maybe they would even have a movie. They would have more concerts. And this is more of a personal one, but another reason I wish Dahvie Vanity was innocent and a good guy is I could have met the dude, you know? If Dahvie Vanity was innocent in this alternate reality, well, I could go to their concert and I could actually meet Dahvie and all of them, which would be awesome because I love their music, you know? And it would be great because, you know, it just sucks when I think about this. It just sucks when I think about this, man, because I love Blood on the Dance Floor's music. You know, I think they're an original, unique group, and I think they make really good music. And it's just such a shame that Dahvie Vanity is an evil person, you know, because he fucked his whole career up and fucked everything up, you know? And it's like, why couldn't he just be a good guy? Your music was good. People loved you. You had some good messages here and there. You could have really went somewhere, Dahvie. But you had to do all this fucked up shit and make people hate you, and you lost all your day ones. And it just sucks as a BOTDF fan. I can separate the art from the artist, but it just sucks to know that I like this band, but the main member is evil, you know? But yeah, just a little fun video I wanted to make about what if Dahvie Vanity was innocent and he was a good guy and he actually wasn't a pedophile and didn't rape people. I think it would have been a lot better for the world, obviously, because girls wouldn't have been fucked with. And the success and career of Blood on the Dance Floor would have been insane. They would have been bigger than they were when they first started. You would have had Garrett, Jay in there, maybe some of the women they worked with. Maybe the group would have been bigger, more music videos, more success, more interviews, more going on concerts. I could have fucking met them. Things just would have turned out overall better for them. You know, you would have had a collaboration with the Millionaires, because Dahvie was supposed to collab with the Millionaires, but he didn't, because he's a creep when it comes to sex. And he was wanting to have sex with the Millionaires, and they didn't like that. So it fucked the whole collaboration up there. So that's really all I can think of to talk about in this video. You know, in reality, Dahvie Vanity's evil. You know, his career's done for. People have made videos exposing him, and I know how he is as a person, and I don't condone it. But I'll still listen to the music, but I don't condone what he did. I think it's absolutely terrible what he did. And his career's over with. I mean, so many people have made videos about him. I do think he should be in prison. What I think Dahvie Vanity should do is he should be in prison, and he should apologize to his victims, and he should, you know, go in prison for the rest of his life for what he did. But that's really all I got to say in this video, in this little what if video I wanted to talk about. You let me know what you think would happen if this would have actually happened. So all I got to say in this video, peace.